Ladies and gentlemen, we're back talking about March Madness. And today, not only are we going to be covering the final, but also talking about a couple of the other games that happened right before that, because this was one of the best March Madnesses we've ever seen. Let's get into it. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the one and only Allied Rivals podcast. My name is A.J. Herschel. That dude over there is Caedmon Bauer. And before you even see anything else, be sure to check out our Allied Rivals Shorts playlist on our main page. Caedmon, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm great. I've been playing, as I just told you, a ton of basketball the past 2 days, which has been really awesome. Love basketball. How you been doing, AJ?
Good, very good. Speaking of, I've been doing a lot of basketball too. At some point, we're going to have to actually do it at the same time, probably with both of us. But dude, I'm excited. We've gotten a lot of love from our comment section for the new intro, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this March Madness bracket. Caedmon, you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The Baylor Bears, ladies and gentlemen, from Waco, Texas, are your national champions, doing what many people thought would be extremely difficult and knocking off the undefeated Gonzaga Bulldogs. Caedmon, what on earth, man? They were crazy good the entire
Yeah, and I think the big thing that stood out to me was their defense. I mean, they've always been a pretty good scoring team, pretty consistent, but they were really shocked me. They were really good on defense compared to what they had been in before the tournament. So, hey, Wisconsin had to lose to the winners, you know?
Yeah, okay. It's going to be one of those. But yeah, Baylor was incredible on defense. They won every game except the one against Arkansas by more than 10 points. Super crazy. And then they were eerily good from three, like unnaturally good from three that game. Gonzaga could not hit a three-pointer to save their lives for 3/4 of that game. Baylor dominated on both sides of the ball, never trailed after that 9-0 run you talked about in our last episode. Absolutely insane game. They owned it the entire time. And everybody loves to talk about Gonzaga, of course, because they just destroyed everybody by about 15, but no one noticed Baylor was knocking off everybody by 10 plus too. So absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yep. Great run from them. Congrats to the school. They deserve this one, man. They deserve this one.
Yeah. And for our Allied Rivals bracket.
Yes, go ahead. For those of you who didn't know, we had a bracket challenge, and we had 21 people, or at least 21 brackets, get submitted. Caedmon, who's our winner?
All right. Well, let's start with third place. In third place, we have Sovereign Bacon with 86 points. I don't know who that is. AJ, do you know who that is?
I have absolutely no idea who that is. I'm going to be honest. Who is his Final Four? Who did he have in his Final Four, Cade?
Let me check right now. He had Gonzaga, Alabama, Baylor, and Houston. I think I know who this is.
Not bad. Yeah. Hey, that's 3 out of 4.
That's 3 out of 4.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
And he had Gonzaga winning, if I'm correct about that.
Yeah, he had Gonzaga winning.
Ooh, tough break there.
Hey, pretty good. All right, in second, Peter Handy, who was previously on the Allied Rivals. You should go check out that episode. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
Yes. His bracket name was Caedmon Short. So I think the name got him the win right there. He had 91 points. All right, and in first place, my brother.
And his Final Four, it was Gonzaga, Michigan, Illinois, and Baylor. So 50%.
Yeah. And in first place, my brother Alistair.
Ooh.
He had 119, and he was the only one to pick Baylor. So
hey, you get the champion, you basically won at that point. Congratulations.
Go Alistair.
Well done. He only had 2 out of his Final Four. I mean, he picked Oklahoma State and Bama to make the championship over the Zags, but Baylor getting him the win. He's 96th percentile, man.
Yeah.
Very good. Congrats to him.
It's so good. And
Also,
AJ finished in
go ahead.
7th, and I finished in 8th. But
yeah. Because if you watch back to our previous Sweet 16, Caedmon was talking all this trash about how he beaten me, but no, sir.
He
AJ came back and beat him.
Yeah.
That is all that matters to me. And I mean, for us, our Final Fours are busted. I only picked Gonzaga correct, and I think that was the same with you. If I'm correct as well, we both only picked the Zags, but 75 to 73 points, I'm going to take it, even if I didn't win. But congrats to Alistair. His name is Grogu, going with Baylor. Congratulations, man. On another note, though, speaking of just great games and things, we had maybe one of the best games in March Madness history, UCLA versus Gonzaga.
Good.
My goodness. One of the best games I've ever watched in March Madness history. Back and forth. Oh my goodness. Gonzaga never led by like more than 6 in the second half. UCLA kept fighting back. And Jalen Suggs hitting one of the most clutch shots in NCAA history, man. Crazy.
Yeah, that was wow. That was a really exciting game. I mean, the defense wasn't the best, but I mean, it was it was such an exciting game to watch. And Jalen Suggs, man, that final shot. Wow. I was hyped about that.
Yep.
All right.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Caedmon, who is your biggest surprise team that jumped out this tournament?
I think UCLA. I think they were getting to the Final Four. I
from the first four too. They had to play an extra game to even get here.
Yep. I probably didn't expect. I don't know who I picked. I don't think I picked them to go past the first round. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Definitely not past the second. Let me check this actually. I mean, them and Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts. That was fun. I didn't.
My boy.
I didn't pick them going past the first round. I had them losing to BYU, and then it was all just the rest. But man, UCLA played some good basketball in there, so they're my big surprise team. How about you, AJ?
Yeah, for me, UCLA definitely came out of nowhere for sure. And I mean, to be fair, they knocked off Bama by 10. They beat Michigan by 2 in one of the craziest ends to any tournament. I think we got to point out Oregon State. This is a team that was projected to finish last in the Pac-12 when the season started, came back, won the Big 12 tournament, got themselves a 12 seed, and then had to go out and beat Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Loyola just to get to the Elite 8. And even though they did lose to Houston, it was an incredible run that I don't think anybody had predicted them to get this far unless you were an Oregon State fan. Absolutely crazy. Just came out of nowhere. And yeah, maybe you and I got a little bit carried away with Syracuse and Loyola and how far they would end up going. More me going a little bit crazy on that, but still absolutely insane. And honestly, the only complaints I have about this entire March Madness bracket is that VCU didn't get to play. That is it. That is the only thing I'm upset about.
That was a bummer.
Very disappointed in that. It's heartbreaking. But Caedmon, you're a Wisconsin fan. How happy were you with your team's success this tournament? Like you said, they lost to the eventual champs, but still, how did you think they performed this year?
It was a struggle, kind of a struggle throughout the season with Wisconsin, and I knew picking them over Baylor was a long shot. I felt they were definitely better than UNC, just talent-wise.
Yeah, and it showed this year. They blew them out. Showed.
Yep, for sure. But, I mean, I knew Baylor was amazing. That's why they're ranked. They were seeded 1. But, I mean, Wisconsin's not bad, but they still and they have great coaches and have a ton of experience in the tournament. But they still have they always are like one piece away, from being a really elite team. And whether that's their shooting, which usually isn't it, or it's a big man problem or just whatever it is, they always have one. Yeah. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with losing to Baylor. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. For me, I think my biggest it's my Illinois guys, right? So I got Illinois and Loyola both on the same side of bracket, and I had Loyola taking it, which I knew was going to be a long shot for sure in the sense that Gonzaga was such a powerhouse. But I mean, this is a team that came rolling at the end of the year, right when they needed to, won the Big Ten title, and entered to a 1 seed. And I watched that Illinois Loyola game, man, and it hurt. Loyola's defense was smothering the whole time. They were incredible in the paint. So it definitely kind of hurt to see Illinois go out in the second round. But I was like, look, at least they went out to Loyola, who then went out to Oregon State in the most boring game of college basketball you could ever watch. They were shooting like 17% after the first half. Neither team could buy a bucket to save their lives. So that one, it hurt. Yeah, it hurt to watch as a fan of the sport, first of all, just because nothing happened. And it hurt just because I was going for Loyola too. So, I mean, I'm definitely more disappointed with Illinois and how that turned out. With Loyola, I mean, especially with Oregon State, they got hot at the right time and they made the baskets when they needed to. So I'm a little disappointed with U of I, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I can't really be disappointed with the Final Four we ended up getting, even though the Baylor-Houston game was kind of a big blowout. But still, all that to say, we got a great final game. We got an incredible Gonzaga-UCLA game. So I'm not really complaining at all. I'm good. Caedmon, awesome. I don't really know if there's anything else much we need to say. Is there anything else you want to finish us off with here?
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done as well, even though I'm still super crazy but messed up about how bad the Big Ten ended up doing in the tournament. Like almost everybody out by the round of 32. But still, it is what it is. Oral Roberts, I'd like to thank you for some of the greatest moments in my life of getting to watch the score go up against Florida and Ohio State, which I'll never forget that. It was beautiful.
I don't think I will either.
I'm still sad about the loss to Arkansas. I'm not going to lie. They got this close. They were leading for 3/4 of that game. And then Arkansas's offense finally started clicking. We went on a couple of dry spells and Arkansas wins by 2 because of a missed buzzer beater. So that definitely hurt, but still most successful 15 seed ever for a reason. They dominated. So very, very proud of Oral Roberts as well. Maybe we see him back next year. I don't know. I'd also like to point out, I know, Caedmon, you were messaging me earlier about how no one pays attention to the women's bracket. That's not true. And for those of you who do pay attention to it, like myself, please leave a comment and tell me. And also, the Stanford Cardinal are your national champions there as well. I did not get that one correct. I projected UConn to win this year on my bracket, but I mean, it is what it is. Most of I got 6 out of my 8. 6 out of my 8 Elite 8 this year for my women's bracket. So I was pretty happy. To be fair, it was a little bit underwhelming with the amount of upsets we got in the first round. Like almost every single 1 through 8 seed made it. There were very few upsets, but as we got farther down the line, especially with Arizona coming in and making it to the Final Four over UConn, definitely fun to watch. But yeah, Stanford played the best down the stretch for sure. They definitely deserve to win. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our March Madness wrap-up. I'd like to thank everyone, first of all, for playing in our March Madness Bracket Challenge. We're definitely going to do this again next year. We're talking about March Madness. It was so much fun. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for me, Cade. Do you want to finish this off with anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching the Odd Rivals podcast. We're going to go do an NFL free agency video in a minute, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. Be sure to check our previous episode we did about a NBA and what's been going on there as well. We're going to go talk about free agency. Check out the Odd Rivals Shorts playlist on our main page as well. My name is A.J. Herschel, and that is Caedmon Bauer. We will see you guys next time on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast. See you next time.
See ya.